Hello, I'm Andy and welcome to Vectra News, your fill of gaming news for the week of the 5th of April 2014. Coming up in this week's episode: Respawn Entertainment punishes cheaters in Titanfall, the Amazon Fire TV is released, Star Citizen reaches $41 million worth of crowdfunding, and April Fools, the pick of the week. Respawn Entertainment has actively started banning cheaters within Titanfall in an effort to keep the game cheat free. It's actually a fairly interesting move because instead of simply just kicking anyone identified to be a cheat, they're instead put into a lobby filled with other cheaters, which I can only assume is a living hell. Just imagine for a second playing with 11 other people who are just using aimbots and wall hacks, and that would definitely be enough to make anyone table flip, definitely me included. If a flagged cheater plays as part of a party, the whole party will play in one of these cheater-filled heavy games until the party is disbanded. Now, I have to say I'm all for this move. It will hopefully tackle the age-old problem of having one cheater kill you again and again and again. And if more games adopt this strategy, then hopefully people will find it so frustrating they'll stop cheating altogether. Although that is the ideal solution. I guess cheaters will find a way of cheating the system again and again, so Respawn will actually have to be fairly efficient in order to get all of the anti-cheat software identifying all of these cheats, and it will have to be updated on a regular basis. I see the worst case scenario here being a non-cheater being flagged up as someone who's actually cheating by the system. Again, they could get pretty damn annoyed, especially if they're being punished for something they haven't done. Although Respawn Entertainment have set up an email address where you can dispute bans, although God only knows how long it will take for them to respond to you. They've also made it fairly easy to find out if you've actually been caught out, and if you see this screenshot, good luck, have fun and enjoy the cheaters. This week Amazon released their own Android-based streaming box, the Amazon Fire TV. The box itself runs on a quad-core processor with a dedicated GPU, 2GB of RAM, and it is also Wi-Fi ready as well. It also comes bundled with all the streaming services you'd expect, so Netflix, Prime Instant Video, Hulu, ESPN, the list really goes on. As well as streaming, you'll be able to play games on the Fire. I guess this isn't really much of a surprise after Amazon Game Studios recently acquired Double Helix, and they've even recently hired the Portal designer Kim Swift, Far Cry 2's designer Clint Hooking, and Halo writer Eric Nyland. Game companies like Telltale, Mojang, EA, Ubisoft are all fronted games for the system as well. Although to be able to play these you do need to buy a specifically designed Amazon controller for an additional $40, which resembles a modified Xbox controller. I'd be quite interested to see if it actually feels any good to use, as on first glance I just feel like it looks very awkward to be playing about with, although I may be completely wrong about this. This move adds Amazon to the latest company to try and conquer the living room. The Ouya's chief executive Julie Ewerman explained to computerandvideogames.com that the Fire lacked focus on games, saying, "Just as Amazon blazed a trail for a new way of selling online, Ouya invented a new way to think about console games. But for us, games are simply not an added bonus. They are the whole point. Ouya is solely dedicated to the devs creating games and the players who play them. Their ideal experience is all we think about." If you compare the two systems together on paper, they're fairly similar, with the Fire having twice as much RAM as the Ouya, both with comparable CPUs and the same amount of flash memory. However, an actual performance comparison in real life is still yet to be seen. Could the Fire be another nail in the Ouya's coffin? It seems like the focus on front room gaming is so vast now, from budget Android systems to expensive Steam boxes with a mix of traditional consoles thrown in between. Although I still don't see who the Steam boxes are really meant to be aimed at. Either way, Amazon Fire TV is currently available in America for $99, with other regions' release dates and prices to be announced at a later date. Star Citizen, the upcoming space sim by Wing Commander creator Chris Roberts, has reached a ridiculous $41 million worth of lifetime funding. To put this into a bit of perspective, the game was originally put into Kickstarter back in October 2012, asking for a mere $500,000. And a study by M2 Research back in 2010 placed the average game development cost for a multi-platform next-gen game at between $18 and $28 million, which is obviously far surpassed by Star Citizen. Now, the most expensive game to date has been Grand Theft Auto 5 for a whopping $100 million. Star Citizen still holds the record for the most successful crowdfunding project to date, with the PD Smart Watch coming in second with just 10.2 million. It's interesting watching the game grow, and I hope it's not a massive disappointment, as the Wing Commander franchise was personally one of my favourite game series when I was a kid, along with Dungeon Keeper and Command & Conquer. And we all know what happened to Dungeon Keeper. I do have to say, what has been released so far looks absolutely beautiful, and it's also good to see a developer bringing out so many updates, which is just keeping me ever so hopeful about the game. The dogfighting module is going to be the second module being drip fed to the supporters, with the last one being released back in August 2013, which was a hang-on module. There will be a playable version of the dogfighting content available for backers who are going to be in the area of PAX East and signed up for the 10th of April, with it being able to download for the other backers sometime after PAX East. If you were silly enough to read the news on the 1st of April, then you would have been confronted by all sorts of silly and wonderful announcements. Some of them I actually wish were true. Either way, I've decided to showcase some of my favourite. The first up is Titanfall adds the Optimus Prime DLC. Now this would be pretty cool. Just imagine playing Titanfall, but instead of calling down one of the default Titans, you'd be able to call down Optimus Prime just to wreak havoc. I'm not quite sure how this would work, as I'm pretty sure that everyone would just pick Optimus to be their Titan in the game, although it would be cool if they had have added some of the other characters like a Megatron Titan or something like that, just to keep everything a bit different and more realistic. It does sound awesome, but somehow I don't think Respawn will be adding in Optimus Prime anytime soon. Titanfall adds Optimus Prime DLC, unfortunately, was a bit of an April Fool. Now I have to say my hat goes off to Blizzard going all out on Outcast Vengeance of the Vanquished, as they went to all the trouble of making a site, designing characters, levels, and even making quite a funny Q&A session. That is actually still up if you want to go and see it. If you just literally Google that, you should be able to find it. So those are my favourite two from April Fool's Day this year. But that's all from Vectra News this week. Don't forget to like, favourite, subscribe and follow us on Twitter to keep up to date with everything on the network. And as always, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.